Okay, so final food, you can see the steam. So you have the dumpling, the yam, the sweet potato, the boniato, and of course the callaloo and the okra with a piece of pear or avocado. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sophie and today we're going to be doing callaloo and saltfish. So we still have our sick family member that is, still has to maintain a healthy diet, just to make sure he's getting better quickly. So this morning we're going to be doing the callaloo, a little bit of okra, and saltfish. So callaloo, okra, and a little bit of saltfish. We're having the saltfish on the stove right now, boiling, and then we'll get started with preparing this really quickly. So thank you so much for continuing to come back to the channel. I'm so excited. I'm so stoked. I'm so appreciative to have you back with me. And be sure to subscribe. Big up Sophie. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, one word, and like, share the video, and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I so appreciate it. Thank you as usual for hanging out, and see you in a few minutes. So we're just gonna get cleaning up on the callaloo. So we just take off all that excess string, because you don't want to have that hard outer layer on there. So we're just going to clean that up a little bit, and all the ugly leaves remove, and then we just cut it up once we're finished. So we'll just get that started. We should be finished in a few, and then we'll just cut it up into little cubes. So stand by while I continue to do that. See you in a It's like getting a hot facial. All this steam coming from the sausage. So this is the last boiling we're gonna do. This should take care of it. I think this is the third boil we're gonna put in, and then taste it and see if enough salt content has been removed, and then we get ready to just do the okra and the saltfish. Of course, I don't have a camera person today, so as usual, doing it solo. So I'll just finish cutting up the rest of the callaloo, and then just go ahead and toss it in. So of course, small pieces, because you want it to steam quickly. I'm guessing is the logic of the small pieces. You know, you grow up seeing everybody do callaloo and cut it in small pieces. I'm guessing that's the reason behind it. I always have my garbage bag beside me. That way cleaning up is a breeze. Just clean as I go so I don't have a mess to contend with once I'm finished prepping or cooking. It comes in very handy. I'm just picking up all those vegetables and stuff. Alright, so callaloo is done. Just gonna wash. I'm also gonna do the okra and just wash those and cut those up as well. I'm using a paring knife because I like it. It's comfortable. And I should use another knife, but hey, this is sharp and small and works really well. Just taking off the hard parts on the okra. And then I'll just wash everything, cut them up cube like, you know, little rectangles, and then put them all together. Alright, I'll see you in a bit once I'm finished doing this. Now, a little bit of washing. And try to wash off any particles that are on there, any dirt, possibly any worm that gets on. And then we'll just have that just dry off. Just have that run off a little. And then we'll also wash the okra. Same container, because it's vegetables, there's no cross contamination. Just washing off everything. And then I'll just cut up the okra as well. just gonna cut up the okra that we're gonna use. Actually, do need a bigger knife for this one, so we'll cut these up and then I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, so these are our seasonings that we're gonna use. So we're gonna use a little bit of thyme, some scallion, some onion, scotch bonnet, of course, green pepper, tomatoes, and some dry seasonings, you know, a little bit of all purpose, some everything seasoning, some garlic and herb spices, a little bit of allspice, and of course, ever faithful garlic. So that's what we're gonna use for the seasoning of the callaloo and the okra, which are already diced. So stand by, see you in a few. Oh, scotch bonnet pepper. This is the flavor. Smells so good. Hot like a fire, but they love the pepper. I don't love the pepper, but you know it have to use. So and put piece of scotch bonnet pepper inside of it. Probably put more than this. Just cut it up real fine so that nobody bite no big piece of scotchy. Maybe I'm gonna do another little piece of it. Make sure I don't get no seed in there. Yeah, do another little piece of the scotch bonnet. Just to flavor it up, the right amount of heat. Cut him up real fine. Because you know the worst feeling when you're actually biting a piece of scotch bonnet pepper and you don't expect it. And people like me who don't like heat, no, I'm Jamaican, but and I should love the pepper, but can't do the spicy thing. So, but I mean, nothing like scotch bonnet pepper. It's one of the best flavors when you put it in your food. So, stand by. Let's get started. Okay, guys. So, to complement the okra and saltfish, I mean the okra callaloo and saltfish, we're gonna be doing ground provisions. So we have some Irish, some sweet potato, the boniato, and we also have some yellow yam, and of course we're going to have some boiled dumpling. So stand by while I peel all of this and get everything ready for the pot. See you in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back, guys. So we're going to be doing the boiled dumpling. So flour, some cornmeal, and of course some salt. So course, depending on how many persons you're cooking for, you do as you wish. So I'm just gonna put my flour in. I'm not doing that much, probably or 8 to 10 boiled dumpling. Little bit of cornmeal. It is up to you if you want to add cornmeal. I do cornmeal, a little bit of cornmeal in it, but mainly flour because I don't really like cornmeal dumpling. And then, of course, a little bit of salt. Mix it all together. See, just a hint of the cornmeal, not overdoing it. And then, of course, I have my water and pouring my water just so I can start getting it to cling to the flour. And I just continue mixing that until I get to that doughy mixture. So, you just put a little water at a time because you know what? To make your dough turn in a porridge. So, you just keep mixing. And you add a little water at a time. Don't start with a lot of water because then you can't control and then you have to just keep adding flour and cornmeal. So you don't want that. So we keep mixing that up. You see? Coming on. Add a little bit of water. And you're on the right path when it starts clean out the container for you. See? Start getting to clean out the container. Need a little bit more flour because my hand get heavy from the water a while ago. See? That's it. Pan nice and clean. So that's it. And this is your dough ready to go. And I'll just get a piece of paper towel. Just wet it. And then just put it on it so the dough can just rise a little. So I just wrap it around it. And that's it, and have it sit for a few minutes until I'm ready to use it. So in the meantime, I'll get started on peeling the yam Irish and the sweet potatoes. So see you in a few minutes. Uh-oh, lost a potato. Fun fact, did you know potato peelers used to come in many different colors? And one of the problems they were having is the people, once they peel the potatoes, they would of course be able to keep their potato peelers because there's multiple colors. It's going to stand out among your potato. So as I understand it, the manufacturers decided to make only dark color potato peelers, right? Black. That way, because most people peel it in garbage bags. So when you're done peeling it, you actually leave the potato peeler on the pile of potato peels and then you end up throwing it away. So you end up having to buy another potato peeler, and then the cycle continues. Economics. Get you to buy more potato peelers. Because when they're multicolored, you'd see them among your potato peeling trash. This way, you throw them away with the trash, and then you start buying potato peeler again. Interesting. And so we keep peeling potato. You know, actually find it easier to peel potato with a knife. Maybe I haven't mastered the skill of potato peeler, but actually find it easier. I guess less waste with the peeler because you know it's just the top layer you get off. But with the knife, I guess because you're carved way in, so it makes more sense to use a potato peeler when you're peeling potato, carrots, all of that stuff. So we continue peeling. Hope you're enjoying peeling potatoes with me. Of course, with the yam, we're going to peel that with knife. I don't know why I didn't have the garbage bag underneath peeling it. That way I wouldn't have to keep picking it up because I hate seeing garbage. So you know, let me take my garbage bag over here with me. That way I can just peel it in there and hope I don't lose the potato and don't have it fall into the garbage. So I'll continue peeling the potatoes and I'll see you all in a few minutes when I'm finished. Alright, so guys, saltfish already boiled. So this is saltfish we have. So we're just gonna do a little cleaning of it. So we're gonna take off the scales and then just pull it apart when we're doing the callaloo and the okra. So stand by while I get that done. Easy to peel off. That's it. Scrape it off. This is the scale that's on it. I have a little garbage bag here. By now you know me always with my garbage bag. And then all the little extra, you know, with the bones, and you can just pull it apart and get your bones out. So I'm going to pull it apart after I've done all of this. We throw away because you don't want your family getting bones in their throat. So just taking off all this excess stuff, because you know sometimes when you eat that saltfish bone or it tastes good, the part like this, you know, the bigger part, and we just do nice and easy scaling. And in the background, the water boiling for the food. So just your saltfish, all that extra, anything extra, all the extra scales, you just take them off, because once it's boiled it becomes easy to pull it off. Not a lot of saltfish. It's mainly I just keep taking that off. See, nice and clean. Last piece, and just scale it off. And the same thing with these, the bony part at the end. We just take that off as well. Of course, save the meat out of it, but the rest of it you just take off. And that's it. All done, and we just pull it apart now by hand. There's some bite size, pull apart. So this big piece of bone, if you want to suck it off, you can. But we're not going to behave badly on camera. And then we just keep pulling apart the meat. And that's it. Very simple to do. So I'll see you in a few minutes when we get started on boiling the ground provisions. this big piece of bone in the middle. Once we pull apart the meat, then we can take that off as well. Because I don't want anyone eating any bone, and especially because you know Ava eat from the regular pot, so I don't want any bones in there going down our throat. So we pull apart all of the bone, and that's it. So my water ready, and I shall see you in a few minutes. Cutting up the potato. Being sure to watch my hands so I don't get caught. And we'll put it in the water. Everything water already boiled. Definitely need to sharpen this knife. Put in potatoes in. Of course, I don't have any cameraman, so hopefully you're able to see what's happening here. Everything was already washed. Just putting them in. Putting in the yams. Typically you keep them in water so you know it don't change color. I didn't, so sorry about that, guys. And then everything is in place, and we'll just put the cover back on and have it boil. And then I'm gonna do the dumpling separately in another pot, so stand by while I do that. Okay, so now guys, we're gonna do the boiled dumpling. So the ground provisions are on the stove boiling, and now we'll just do the flour. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of flour on the board, that way nothing sticks. And remember, we had already done the dough, so we're just gonna get that done now. So let's get that started. So the dough that we had made, so we'll get that started up. I'll just rub it into the flour just for a little bit so it doesn't stick onto my hand. And I'll just make it. I have the water boiling for it. So we'll just get that started. So just a little bit on there, just to make it easy to do. And don't mind the pot bubbling in the back. That's the ground provisions going. So I think that should be good with the flour. Because my hands are little. I tend to just use the side. Actually picked this up on Colors Smith TV and actually started using it because of how I see him make his dough, where he just pulls and then uses the side of the hand. So because my hands are little, I started using that, and it works like a charm. Because I can't roll dumpling like everybody else. So I use here and good to go. So we'll just get these dumplings made and then just drop them in the pot. Anybody know what it means? Today for you, tomorrow for me. So a friend of mine made me these shirts, so thanks so much, Amal. So just little sayings on shirts, things like in Jamaica that we live by, that our grandparents and our parents taught us. you know. So just these little sayings that we live by. So if anybody have any more, tell me about those sayings. All right, so we'll continue doing this because my pot bubbling up. So let me hurry up and I'll start putting them in. Hopefully you're able to see. We'll start putting these dumplings in. Of course, you know I'm not a professional dumpling maker. So if you have a technique to making the dumpling them, let me know. Well, I'm sure you can tell that in this house, people love dumpling. I don't even know, I'm not counting, but I can get probably a dozen dumpling. And trust me, it will eat off real fast. I think the dumpling love more than the yam and potato. Actually, the sweet potato, you know, that they call boniato up here, that is actually quite loved. Why I tell you, as I play muscles, you have to make dumpling. Last two, and I guess these are Ava's little dumplings. This is the last of it. Pot a bubble up. Almost done. And this is the last dumpling. Put it in, and we're good to go. Alright, see you in a few minutes. So, the ground provisions. So we have the yam, sweet potato, boniato, and then now we have the dumplings and everything almost finished. And then we'll go ahead and pair that with our okra and callaloo with a little bit of saltfish, and then breakfast is served. See you in a few. Okay, so now guys, we're gonna go ahead and do our callaloo and okra. So we're gonna just put a little bit of oil in the pot, not a lot, just a little bit so nothing sticks. So once the oil is hot, we'll go ahead and start adding our seasonings. So sorry guys, but I'm doing the video by myself because everybody is asleep. So once the oil is hot, then I'll just go ahead and start adding my scallion, onions, tomatoes, green pepper, and scotch bonnet pepper, and of course season up the pot, and then add the callaloo and the okra with a little bit of hot water, steam it, and it'll be done in no time. So stand by. Okay, welcome back, guys. All right, so of course I'm the only one doing the video on my own camera person, so I have the oil heated up, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and add the different seasonings. I have some scallion, and that's a beautiful sound. We love the sizzling of the scallion when it hits that oil, and just the smell of that while it's being caramelized. That's always smells so good. Hopefully I can see in it. I could get an angle just so I could do it. So this is the camera in the cupboard, and then I'll just go ahead and add a little bit of minced garlic, because you know you have to get your garlic in with your onion. So we're gonna have that go ahead and caramelize. It always smells so good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add all the other items to it. So I have the green pepper, some scallion, and the tomato. So adding all of that to it now. It smells so good. It smells divine. It smells really good. Of course, make sure we add our scotch bonnet pepper. So I told everybody in this house except myself. Even Ava seems to like pepper. So everybody likes pepper, so add that in it as well. Smells really good. Smells divine. We're gonna add a little bit more of the garlic. And that should be it. I'm gonna mix it around. You hear that noise, it's the hot water. And then I'll just season some, add some seasoning to it. A little bit of all-purpose. Uh-oh, losing my spoon. So it goes. So usually I just put the thyme in. Just get off a piece of thyme. All thyme always washed and put back. Then put a little thyme in there because you know you want that smell. My water should be hot. This pot pretty much done now. Yeah. See? Potato. Very nice. So I'll put it on low. so it can just stay that way the food is still hot. And then I'm gonna add the callaloo. It has water in it already, you know, a little bit of water from before. Oh, I made a mess, so I'm gonna have to clean that up. But callaloo added. Adding a little bit of water just so it can steam. So I use hot water so it already get started. Yeah. And of course, you know, we're gonna have to season the pot as well. I have the okra and I'm gonna add that in as well. None of you leave behind. Now we just season it up now. Of course, everything seasoned to taste, because I make this so often. A little bit of the everything seasoning, not too much. And I still always love a little bit of allspice. Little more water, and that's it. The final item I add is some butter. So a new spoon, and you can't go wrong with butter. It's like it bring it to another level. So whatever amount of butter you wanna add, I just add. I just love a lot of butter. And then we just cover it up and have it steam out. So I'll cover it up, and once that's done, then I add a little bit of saltfish that I have, but I'll do that after it's done steaming out. So see you in a few minutes. All right, so let's check on the pot. Let's see. Callaloo almost done. And check the gravy part. That is it. That is it, man. All right, so pretty much done steam. Just the okra waiting to steam, and then we'll be done. See you in a few. So now we're gonna add the little tubes of saltfish that we have, and that's it. Because remember the saltfish already cooked, so just add in the little tubes in there. Just nice up the pot, because it's pretty much done. So here you have the ground provisions, some dumpling, and callaloo and okra. Just a little bit of the liquid to come out, because it looked like I put too much water in there. I don't know why, but a little bit too much. So just wait for that to come out, and then we're good. So see you when we're plating. Okay, so Final food, you can see the steam. So you have the dumpling, the yam, the sweet potato, the boniato, and of course the callaloo and the okra with a piece of pear or avocado. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I made breakfast. There's a whole heap of food, but it's two of us eating this. And so I'll see you in the next video. And please don't forget to subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Comment, tell me what the saying is, that the proverb that you have in Jamaica that your grandma taught you, or your mom. So let's cook again or travel or do whatever fun thing we feel like doing. Play it upon me. So until the next video, as usual, make it a great day, won't you? See you. Bye.